From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, November 8th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.49 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,224 per ounce. Zen is trading at $15, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,502. Antiwar.com reports U.S.-backed forces loyal to Saudi and UAE governments continue to attack the main Yemen port of Hodeidah on Wednesday, while the city itself remains unbreached. Ground troops have seized the main road leading into the city, even more tightly restricting flow to and from it. The Saudi-led naval blockade has put Yemen, which relies on food imports for over 90% of its food, on the brink of a major famine. Hodeidah is the major import site for food and the last port under the control of the Houthi movement. If the port falls, there will be no way to get food to almost the entire northern part of the country. Houthis are using snipers to keep ground troops from entering the main port area after weeks of offensives. In recent days, they've also started tire fires to try to obscure visibility of the port in an attempt to make it harder for Saudi warships to target the city. Amid growing international calls to stop threatening the vital port, the leader of the Houthis issued a statement calling U.S. calls for a ceasefire hypocritical, given U.S.-backed forces have dramatically escalated their attack since the call, and U.S. support for those forces has not slowed. In 1999, Daryl W. Perry began a search for traditional values, which led him down a path to the ideas of liberty. He tells the story in A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty. Of the book, Dr. Brian Sovereign says, "Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I think it's crazy, but it's always authentic." Find A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty by Daryl W. Perry on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, ask for A Rebel's Journey wherever books are sold, or visit arebelsjourney.com. UPI reports Attorney General Jeff Sessions resigned effective immediately in a letter he sent to President Donald Trump on Wednesday. In the letter, Sessions said he was departing as head of the Department of Justice at the request of the president. Trump said Sessions' chief of staff, Matthew Whitaker, would take over as acting Attorney General. Trump tweeted, "We thank Attorney General Jeff Sessions for his service and wish him well. A replacement will be nominated at a later date." Sessions took the oath of office as Trump's first Attorney General on February 8, 2017. The two butted heads when shortly after, Sessions recused himself from overseeing the Russia investigation of special counsel Robert Mueller. His recusal came after it was revealed he did not disclose a meeting with former Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak during his confirmation hearings. Trump said he never would have nominated Sessions to be Attorney General if he knew he was going to recuse himself. Zencash is now Horizon. Horizon is a privacy platform built on zero-knowledge technology with a decentralized secure node architecture. The Horizon platform enables real-life uses beyond currency, including the ability to privately chat with other people. Soon, Horizon will enable you to publish information and go anywhere on the web, all with complete privacy. Horizon, bringing privacy to life. Learn more at horizon.global. HORIZEN.global. Reuters reports with their party set to control the U.S. House of Representatives after Tuesday's congressional elections, Democrats are already looking to halt the Trump administration's efforts to collect citizenship data during the 2020 U.S. Census. The decision to ask respondents to the census whether they are American citizens has drawn scorn since it was announced in March by U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, including from House Democrats who have made futile calls to subpoena Ross earlier this year over his motives. One of those lawmakers, Representative Elijah Cummings, told Reuters on Wednesday he plans to renew calls for investigation. The Maryland Democrat is in line to chair the House Oversight Committee, the legislature's primary investigative arm. He said Democrats were stonewalled by Republicans in previous efforts to investigate the citizenship question. Ross had said citizenship data is needed to better enforce federal laws prohibiting race-based voter discrimination, but critics say he wants to repress census participation in Democratic-leaning parts of the country. Political scientists and researchers, including from the U.S. Census Bureau itself, had said the question will likely frighten immigrants into refusing to fill out the census forms, which could cost their communities crucial political representation and federal aid. 18 U.S. states and 15 cities have sued to have the question removed, calling it unconstitutional. Representative Carolyn Maloney from New York is meanwhile working on draft legislation that would give the Census Bureau recourse if the count proves inaccurate. A congressional staffer familiar with the draft said the bill would allow the U.S. Census Bureau to request funding to redo the census if a postmortem analysis reveals flawed data. This has been FPP Radio News, online at FPPRadio.com.